So in 3 steps, I'm going to show you how I make content that actually sells digital products. So I have a paid subscription community and I sell one-off digital products, and I'm just going to show you what I do to create content. It's actually not that difficult. The biggest thing is we have to be consistent, but I'm going to share a couple things that are going to help you. The number one thing I create each week is a pillar piece of content. So this is like a newsletter or just a YouTube video, but this is something that's anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long. Okay, it's a long piece of content and it's directly related to one of your top 4 topics that you're gonna talk about within your category. So for me, I help people learn how to start an internet business, how to grow it, and how to actually monetize it, how they can create and sell digital products, how they can set up a paid subscription community, and how they can actually bring in other sources of income, like with affiliate marketing and things like that. So my core topics are content marketing, how to build digital products, productizing knowledge, talking about attracting and converting leads, and all of those things. So I have these different categories that I talk about, these 4 main categories. So you want to pick those as well for yourself. But I just store that stuff in Notion, and each week I just type up a quick how to get yes without no, and then of course I rework that headline, but that gets me started. And it also gives the people that are going to watch the content, it gives them a roadmap as to where we're going, because I'm going to tell them, here's how to get to this without this thing that you don't want. And then I just lay out 3 core points that cover this topic. Now here's the thing. A lot of people try to cover everything inside of every video. Just pick one core topic, one core point, because you're gonna get to talk about that topic thousands of different times. Create 3 core bullet points, and then what I do is under each one of those 3 core bullet points, I just put 3 sub points underneath each core point. So if you think about it, it's like you have this idea here, and then you have these 3 supporting points underneath that idea. And then I put 1 main point under each one of those. So right there, I've got an entire point that I can talk about for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, notice what's going on here. It really works well. Okay, after I lay this out, I have a conclusion and an intro that I put in afterwards. So after I create the 3 core points, so I do this little section right here, I do that 3 times, and whether it's a video, a newsletter, whatever kind of content it is, doesn't matter. You're gonna still need some sort of structure. Everything else runs on structure. Why do you think that yours wouldn't? Movies, plays, everything, songs, sports, everything runs off of a structure. So you need to have one for yourself. And what you wanna do to get content created easily and effectively, and it's the same and consistent, is you wanna build out some sort of Google Doc or Notion. Keep the things that are working so you can do more of it. But after I create these 3 core topics that each have a sentence underneath it, okay, so it's like this. Once I do that, then the next thing I do is I have a conclusion. So basically concluding what I said, summarizing. Then I do a too long didn't read, and I just put like the bullet points for each one of the main points that were up here. Okay, that would match down here. And then I have my call to action. I tell people, hey, if you want to learn how to do this, you know, for the price of a cup of coffee each day, you can join me in Build Lab, and I'll teach you every week live and do all that stuff. And then I come in and I put my intro. That's what I did with this little piece of content here. Now, I've also got an elongated version of this that's gonna live on my website. This video will live inside of it. You might be on that page right now, but now I've got this long piece of content. So this long piece of content right here, guess what? Now I can take and create a video, a long video, kind of like the one I'm creating right now. I can also take the picture of this right here. I can literally take a picture with my cell phone and I can put it on my computer, and then I can use things like Miro and a Loom video, or I can use ScreenFlow. And then right there on my desk, I can create a screen capture video where maybe I'm going over this point here. Or I could just take one of these chunks out of here and I could create a short form video over just this, and then link that short form video back to this long newsletter, which then takes people to my website where they discover my products. They can join my free newsletter where I teach them 1 tip of how to start, grow, and monetize an internet business each week. They might find my blueprints. They might find all the different email courses that I have, the several different ones that are there. This is how you get them into becoming a customer so you can actually help them solve their problem. So every video that I do, I open up with a hook, then I share the main meat of the message, and then I always have some sort of call to action at the end, because that's what you need to do if you want to get people's attention, educate them about what it is that you do to solve their problem, and then you need to give them some place to go where they can get more of you, or they can subscribe or ask questions, etc. So I put newsletter here, but you could replace this with just story, or you could replace it with the value that you're teaching people. And then there's always a link to join my newsletter, because what we're really doing overall above anything is we're building an email list of people that have the problem that we can solve, and then we're selling those people on the list the solution. And when we get them onto our email list, we're educating them and we're helping them understand what we do to actually solve their problem. It's very simple. And then we show them where they can get the solution. All right, so we don't want to make it more complicated than that. So then I've got these 3 topics, right? And so each day what I'd like to do is I'd like to take each of these and I can separate them out, and I can turn all of these into short form content. I can take and create less than 1 minute videos that live on X or TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Reels, wherever you want to put it. Short form content. I can use screen capture again with Miro. I could take each of these chunks out, put them on the screen, or I could create little diagrams and images and quickly create that stuff. I add captions using CapCut. I just go and put the video right into CapCut and it puts the captions under it. Perfect. And then what I do is now I make sure that every day I'm publishing every single day, because if you're not making offers, you're not making money. If you're not presenting and publishing a piece of content each day, then how are people going to find out about you? How are they going to know what it is that you do to help them? How are they going to know where to go get your products? We have to publish every single day, some way, shape, or form. My thing for you is try to post one long form piece of content each week and use that as the structure or the foundation for the rest of the content that week. Then after a while, after time, let's say after a month, you've got 4 big core pieces of content that you've got living out there, either on your website or on the social platform that you chose, or both. And now you can start anytime to create content, go into those long form pieces, and you can just pluck things out, and you can create Twitter thread or X threads or Twitter, whatever it is. You can create short form, long form content, emails, endless amounts, and you can always drive it back to that core piece of content. But each time you start, people think that they're like, oh, I gotta come up with these great ideas. There's already proven ideas that work out there. All right. In Build Lab, I show people how to go out and farm or collect those ideas and then turn them into templates, so that each time they go to create a piece of content, they can just pull from those templates, rework it towards their topic categories, create a great piece of content that's easy to create, and then you can push it out there and drive people back to your website so they can join your list and you can educate them and help them make decisions. So finally, then what I'll do is I'll email this long form to my list, and then I'll keep track of the short form and long form content that I'm posting, and I'll find out which ones are the ones that keep winning. It seems like, every time I talk about this topic, it really seems to win. It does good. So how can I keep recreating that thousands of times over, coming in from different perspectives and giving this content more and more life because people are resonating with it? So I remix and reuse the winners, and then I'll turn the best ones, the ones that keep winning, those are different product ideas, or those are different things that you can create inside of your subscription community so people can continue to pay you and get the value that they want from you. And you just basically go off of what's working. If it's working for others and you can bring a different perspective to it, or you can add something to it, it's likely going to work for you too. And then if you can just discover your winners by tracking what's winning. It doesn't mean it has to be viral. It doesn't mean it has to make gobs of money. It just means that of all of your content, if we were to take and line it up on a line down here, if we were to take all your content, which one is the one that's doing the best? Like, it's really easy to see. Oh, it's this one. These two are kind of close. And you monitor that and you're like, oh, okay, well, how can I reach out into this piece of content and bring it back to life, or show more of a perspective on it? What's a different angle I could approach on it? So it's not that you're constantly coming from something fresh, raw, and new, which those things happen, but you're just finding the winners, you're remixing them and reusing them. So when you're creating content, it doesn't need to be this battle. It's just understanding, what are my top 4 categories. What is the actual problem I'm solving? And how could I explain this almost to my past self, where I'm starting to say, oh, okay, I really know that the thing that matters here is solving the problem, providing the value. And that's why I love this quote that I heard from Eric Thomas: winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. The winners are focusing on what matters and what moves the needle, which is taking care of the audience that has the problem that you can solve and focusing just on how you can solve that better and faster. While the people that are not succeeding, they're watching the winners focus on helping people. And they think it's this stuff the winners are doing, this, camera tricks and cuts and the quality and all this stuff. Now, all those things, if you know how to do them, are not going to hurt you. But prior to any of that, the most important thing is just have some good audio and good lighting and just really help your person. Keep it concise, have a structure that you're following, and just pay attention to what's working. Do more of that and less of what's not. What I've done here is I've went down into the description and I put a place where you can join my newsletter, and every week I'll give you one action tip that you can use that'll actually help you start, grow, and monetize an internet creator business so that you can sell digital products, create them, you can set up paid subscription communities so that you can earn recurring revenue, and that's what I teach you each and every week for free in my newsletter.